you can sit in worry and have all the anxiety in the world,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not doing you any good. There's a plan for you already, and you just need to trust. You need to trust your inner voice. You need to literally listen to your inner voice.
Okay, and we are live. Thank you so much, Mandy, for joining me today. I
Yes.
am so excited to hear all about what it is that you do.
Yeah, I am a gym and fitness studio owner in Trempealeau, Wisconsin. Um, I started that business out of our garage actually in January 1st of 2018. So, yeah, we have been going strong for 8 years now. Um, so we started in our garage, and from there, we were there for just over a year until a space opened up in the town of Trempealeau. So a space opened, we were able to rent, which wasn't much bigger than what we had, but at least it got more public. And then we outgrew that space very quickly. So we were there a couple years until um, we found land to be able to purchase to build. So we have a building that we built, which is has partially like a gym, open gym access. People have a key fob, come in and get open, go to the gym whenever they want. Or we also have group classes, group sessions. I do personal training sessions. I also then have virtual personal training packages, virtual workouts in like what we call it our Fit for You virtual vault, which is actually it is a Facebook private group that has all of these videos and workouts that you can get into, and you can do those workouts at any time. So we are, yeah, a full service virtual gym in our little town of Trempealeau in Wisconsin, and yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now with my business. That's my
Yeah.
business. Yes. And then I also have my own podcast that I started last year. So that's been going now for a year. We have 50 episodes on there, and that is all episodes on health, fitness, stress management, all that kind of stuff. Besides that, in the meantime, I've also put together a couple ebooks, uh, some talking about workouts. So there's a gluten-free ebook that I've put together,
Wow.
pelvic exercise ebook for different exercises for women with their pelvic area. So
Oh,
it,
cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. My gosh. That's incredible.
We just keep rolling and keep pumping out stuff. So
Yeah.
it's pretty exciting.
Does
Pretty
it
exciting.
feel like 8 years to you?
Not really. I guess it's went fast, but I mean, like we have definitely accomplished a lot in 8 years, and so that's exciting.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, we have the space now and from there now we're working on other little things and just keep adding to collaborating with some other businesses in town, doing that kind of stuff, and that's exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. Why Trumpelow out of all places?
Um, well, because residents there being residents, and yep, and at the time there used to be a gym, um, where people could go and work out like an open normal gym, and then that ended up closing, and then so that I wanted to get to that point. I wanted to have that again where people could just go in and work on machines,
Oh,
at their own pace, but also train people as well. So I wanted to give the community that full package.
yeah.
Yeah.
So are you
Yeah.
born and raised in Trumpelow then?
I was not. I was born and raised in Goodview, Minnesota, which is right
Yeah.
by Winona,
No, no.
across the river,
Yep.
across the river. Yep. Yep. And my husband is from Arcadia, Wisconsin. So we decided Trempealeau because it was in the middle for both of us. Didn't know anything about it, but we started there, and yeah, So it's been great. And that was, so let's see, 2008 was when we moved to Trumpelow. Uh, and then 10 years later opened opened a business, and so yeah.
What made you want to open it out of your garage?
Well, mainly because there wasn't a space to rent,
Okay.
and that was a good spot to start, and I had a small clientele at the time, and
Mhm.
then we just kind of grew from there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Were you a personal trainer prior to that?
I did group fitness. Yep. I did
Oh,
group fitness and then did that, and then right into, so I did some group trainings and then got my personal training certification right away after that, and then yeah.
wow. Okay. So walk me through like what's a typical day or a week in your life?
So, um a typical day now, and this is because I've also, well, in the meantime of doing all of this, I did also have a full-time job.
Wow.
So it's been only maybe a couple years since I dropped that full-time job. But right now with this, what I do is I work in the school district a couple hours a day, and that is a paraprofessional, sort of special education paraprofessional. So I do that a couple hours a day, and I also train the female athletes at our high school. So my day consists of, some days are different than others, of course. Some days are busier than others, but there's days where I will go to my gym. I will have a 5:30 a.m. group workout that I lead and teach, and then I will go to the high school. I will train the female athletes, and that is middle school through high schoolers, so both, and females only.
Wow.
And then that is from 6:30 to 7:30. Um, then I have some time, to do gym office work if you want. And then I will, midday, I'll go to school. I'll have a few hours at the school, working with students, um, doing the professional part of it. Some days I'm after school as well and have the weight room open for an hour.
Hmm.
And then there's, from there, if I have a night class, I'll teach a night class at the gym. But I also do have 6 other instructors at my gym as well. So we all have our type of workout that we like to teach and we're good at and our niche, and so we kind of can accommodate everybody. So that is great. So I do have people that teach with for me as well too. So, but it is very busy. Hmm. So yeah.
That's awesome. And so, what do your weekends look like? Are you just able to relax?
Um, I would say maybe only 2 months out of the year because we also have 2 boys. They are 14 and 16.
Wow.
They are in sports. They're in travel baseball, which takes most of our time. So we are coming up on that season, and our oldest, who is in high school, he just started school baseball. And then our younger one will start club here in a month, and then we're looking at April till August. Every single weekend we're traveling, like
Wow.
all over the country for
Really?
baseball pretty much. So it's fun, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Um and I'm very thankful that I have a great team behind me to run, keep everything at the business running while I can be gone. So depending on the season, it depends on, how our life goes, if we're busier than not, but I would say May through July, we are pretty busy. Gone every weekend. But
Oh my
yeah, we love it. I mean, it's great, and as our kids get older, that'll change, and as they graduate, move out, so it won't be like that forever, but we're definitely taking it in right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is so incredible to hear people who are like small business owners or just like owners in general of those kinds of things, and then parents on top of it. I'm like, that is just
Yeah.
marvelous to me, because you end up with their own sports, their own lives, and juggling all of that on
Mm-hmm.
top of,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, you own your own business and you have to do all the administration and all of that stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, balancing it out and balancing your own self
Mm.
is so important. Like I take time for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I There's times when I'm winding down at night, I meditate or journal. I still can put on my calendar my girls' night with my friends, or a
Yeah.
girls' weekend. Like that is huge.
Yeah.
You have to do that. I
Mm.
mean, that was one thing, like, went from the get-go. Uh, my biggest thing growing, or, as I grew up, and I mean, is not losing me, not losing myself. So that is one piece of advice that I have to give to, like, everybody. You have to take that time for yourself. You have to have the fun moments. You have to still get together with your friends. You have to, and this is everybody, not a business owner or whatnot. This is everybody.
Yeah.
It's not selfish, not by any means. Like many of my clients who are females, coming to the gym with either private sessions or group sessions, that is their me time, if you want to say. And it is so important. Mentally, it's so important. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the biggest thing that curves like burnout or just any kind of like depression, those kinds of things, that like really fuels you, is when you can prioritize yourself.
Yeah. And you have to put that, like, if you have to put it on your calendar as an appointment,
Yeah. Yeah.
because, I mean, you're right, because people put stuff on their calendars as an appointment. So it's a non negotiable. Like, that is a non negotiable. You have to act like it's an appointment and literally follow through and stick to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And so, how did you know that you were like on the right path? It sounds like you had your kids and then the gym and all of this stuff came into the picture.
Well, I don't, like, a lot of people ask that, like, you're living your dream, all of that. But I guess I never really, like, I didn't really know what I pictured when I was older, right?
Yeah.
I pictured having a family and having kids and whatnot. But I never thought that I, I never thought that I'd own a gym.
Yeah.
I like, I played year-round sports growing up. Continued to play softball and volleyball year-round until volleyball was year-round. Softball, obviously, in the summer only, but and that was I continued all the way up until I was pregnant with our first child. So I played sports. I've always had that in me. Always loved being active that way. And after kids, sports were hard to do, so I had to figure something else out that was on my schedule. So started running and did runs because I could pick and choose what worked for this family schedule, and then also working out was always a thing with working out, both me and my husband. And so uh it just one thing led to, and I realized that this is what I really like to do. Then I started teaching it, and then realized that I really like to do this. This is something I'm good at. And then realizing that, what, I I would really like to do this in my way. I want to start a business and do this. And did I think when I started that I would have built a gym, constructed it, and no, absolutely not.
Oh.
It kind of just, I was growing myself as the business was growing,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kept rolling with it. But and I mean, like, I have coaches. I have two business coaches right now, that we have a business community of other business owners, and
Oh.
that, I mean, like, so it's not like I do this on my own. Just like people have fitness coaches, like,
Mm.
I have a business coach, that
Mm.
helps through it. It's That's huge, too. So
Can you tell me more about that? Did you find them? Did they find you? How did you even know that you needed one?
Well, my business coach, he's from my hometown, lives out in Scottsdale, Arizona, and he has a gym or a fitness center, and he's a trainer as well. And I've been following him and his podcast and whatnot. And then his friend, who also is a business owner out there, has bar and restaurant insurance, owns that insurance company. They together put this business coaching because they've been like 20 plus years, business owners, and it's all about coaching others, like what they've done, like, and use this to help you get this, or, like, do this when you get leads, and all of this stuff that, excuse me, is very, very beneficial. So, yep. I mean, should businesses have, I truly believe everybody needs a coach, and it could be any type of coach, right?
Mhm.
It could be a mental health coach. It could be, like I have two life coaches that I go to all the time for a lot of things,
Yeah.
so yeah, fitness, business, it's just, it helps keep you going if you have somebody that you can talk to and ask questions to, and it's almost like it can get you to where you want to go a lot faster
Mhm.
if you have the guidance and you have somebody who can answer questions for you and tell you what worked for them, what didn't, and trial and error. It's like the fast track when you have a coach to help you. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. So
hmm
do you do that for anybody else? Like since you have this great team above you, do you do that for other people below you?
Do you mean do I coach?
Yeah, yeah, or mentor
Yeah.
other younger people.
Yes, yes, for sure. I also um I've taken courses and certifications for myself to be a coach as well, so it doesn't
Wow.
necessarily have to be fitness related. It could be like nutrition coaching
Mm.
or um spiritual life coaching. There's sessions that I do with that. Most of those are virtual. Uh but yeah,
Have you found like a preference in like doing it one on one versus like a group setting?
as far as like fitness goes, or anything.
Anything, I guess.
Anything. I guess either. I don't mind personal training. I do like group. I feel like we can help each other out and others hold each other accountable.
Mhm.
So group is very beneficial. A lot of people start out with personal training and work their way up to joining a group. A lot of people start one on one to build their confidence. They feel that they're not ready or they won't be able to keep up in a class.
Mm.
I don't know how other gyms or fitness centers do things, but at our gym,
Mhm.
we focus on not needing to keep up with somebody, right? So all of our group sessions that we do are all timed versus reps. So if one person, you have to do 20 reps, so one person's not waiting for another person because they do it slower, right? So that's a big, mentally hard on people
Mhm.
if they feel they're holding the group up. So we do it by timing all of our classes. So that is like, yes, one person might be getting 20 reps in, the other one over here might be getting 11 in that time frame, but that's fine. Everybody can work at their own pace, yet we still do push them and try to get them, to push their limits, but it's not trying to keep up with one or the other. So that is one thing that we try and tell our clients and tell others, that you don't necessarily need one-on-one just to work your way up to a group,
Yeah.
uh because everybody is focused on themselves, and but there is that anxiety. A lot of people have that anxiety of walking into a gym, walking through the door is their biggest and hardest part of it, you know so but the one-on-ones, they build up their confidence, build up some strength, and then a lot of them like graduate into the group sessions, and then they meet people and
Yeah.
hold each other accountable. And
Hmm.
yeah, we have some people that have not known each other and now they're super good friends because they work out together.
That's
So
awesome. Yeah. I feel like you find that in a lot of spaces, you know, like not just gym spaces, but like even when it comes to like sobriety spaces or therapy spaces, like any kind of space where there's that healing opportunity, I feel like, or like growth opportunity, even where like people feel like they're not enough for a group, or and they have to start with that one-on-one, or and then they like find this group and they end up like flourishing. And like you said earlier, like you get to learn from each other, hold each other accountable. Like there's so much benefit to like a community.
absolutely, because you're also then you're around people like you with the same goal,
Hmm.
right? You want to find those people that um cheer for you, root for you, are behind your back, are have the same goal as you, you
Hmm.
know. And majority, like, I know this from running races, is that I the vibe at those, at a race
Yeah.
is so amazing, right? Like
Yeah.
it's so positive. Everybody is there for the same thing.
Hmm.
Um and it's just that's how that's how the gym is in classes too, and it is great because good community, positive.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yes.
you, outside of like maybe if you still have it in the running community, but in your own personal life, have you found a community that's like your niche that you love to drive with?
We have had a running group, a group of girls,
Cool.
and we yeah, and so we've ran and went to races and stuff. Sometimes it's hard to get everybody together. Whoever can go, we might say like, hey, like this race is coming up. I'm thinking about doing this. Anybody want to do this type thing? And then we have like a relay one that we do with girlfriends, and that's like a weekend that we'll take and have fun with that way too. Otherwise, it's funny, like a lot of I feel like you know, hang out with a lot of people from my gym, whether they're like one of my instructors or uh, a client, or because you cling to those people, those positive people that, yeah.
Yeah. They end up like really impacting you, and I feel like
Hmm.
sometimes they can like
Yes.
challenge you, or like just make you feel fully seen, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's the one thing I would like make sure, like especially like gym owners or like business owners, but I feel like gym owners are just like in this such unique place where they end up feeling like very different or like unique and like alone in a way, when especially when they start. It's just like you can't complain to your spouse because you hope that it's all working out. You don't want them to know it's gonna it could fail. And then you
Oh,
don't want to
yeah.
complain to some random stranger because you need them to come and experience your gym, you know? And so,
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, some of my closest friends were there with me, like starting out,
mm,
like when I started out. And so like taking their like opinions or like their views, and it's like, oh, that's good. And you know, um one of my good friends who's been there since day one, actually she was the reason why I started this, because out of the blue, she was like, would you ever personal train me? She came to my group classes that I taught before I owned my own business, when I was teaching somewhere else. But she then said, like, would you ever train me outside of here, just one on one? And I was like, yeah, we could do that. And then it slowly led from that. And she's a business owner too. She is a hairstylist.
cool.
And so like we've bounced off ideas about things for years, two separate businesses, but like a lot of the same goals, a lot of the same stuff we can do. Um, we've shared business podcasts together, like listen to this one, this is a good one. It has to do with hair, but yet it has to do with social media, so you could benefit from it too. And so, yeah, a lot of my, friends from before the gym are came with me with, and so being able to talk to them and confide in them when it first started was really helpful. Not everybody might not have that, but which again, another reason to have a coach, because you could, you can vent to a coach, they can probably give you ideas, and they don't even know any of your clients. They don't even probably live by you. Mine are halfway across the United States from me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which actually I just saw them last week. We did a podcast together. Both of them have their own podcasts. And while I was
Oh,
out there, I hopped on. Yeah. And so we did a podcast with them. I was able to catch up with them because I only see them like once a year when I go there. But otherwise like they have an app. Everybody in the community can talk to each other, ask questions. They have a monthly like speaker on talking about things so in our group. But anyway, yeah.
have it
So I
in
would
terms of, sorry.
no, that's okay. So I was gonna say, like, starting out, like you first talked about people that start out with a business and it's the unknown. And I mean, my biggest advice is having somebody that can help guide you. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Especially when it comes to like the business side of things. Like I think people think like, "Oh, I'm a trainer," or I'm, like a therapist even. They're like, "Oh, I can do this at an agency. Now I'm going to be a business owner." And it's like you forget that like no, now you don't get to do the thing that you love. Now you're like doing marketing and the books and accounting.
Correct. Yes. And then also you have to know how to do that,
Mhm.
right? Like
Oh, yeah.
not like everybody can do their job like
Mhm.
they love, which is training, therapy, whatever, but it doesn't mean you're going to be a great business owner,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, I mean, like for me, honestly, like business management, I had like background in that and experience in
Oh,
that
okay.
prior to me being a fitness trainer.
Oh.
So, other places that I worked prior to that, I helped build that business. So the business knowledge,
Mhm.
experience came prior to me being a fitness trainer. So when I started the fitness training, it was like no question. I need to start my own business. I already know how to do this. I had. So yeah.
That's awesome. So then being in your mentors kind of like app in their community type thing, and you said they have speakers monthly coming on. Do you feel like that like constant engagement to, I would assume doing like, is it more like inner work or is it all like business like marketing techniques or, like that constant engagement, is it like personalized or do you feel lost or like it's something that you love, you engage in?
hmm
What is that like?
I engage in it a lot. It's
Okay.
not um let's just say things that I have talked about or asked
Mhm.
um are like one I couldn't figure out my Instagram. It was because Instagram you can have like a creator setting or you can have a business setting or a
Oh,
personal set,
yeah.
and so I was trying to get something to work and it wasn't working. So I went on and asked, like, I know I need to change this to, I think, the business account. Because I was trying to link it from Instagram to Facebook and it was linking to Facebook, but it was linking to my personal Facebook page, not the business page, except for the Instagram was the business page, right? So I asked and it was like, boom, this other business owner responded, gave me the answer, and it was like, oh, made one switch and now it works the way I want it to. Um, Also, another girl who owns a fitness center out in Colorado that's in the group. We've been in this group together for almost 2 years now. We met
Wow.
and she was doing something at her gym and I was like, "Oh, that's a really good idea." So I reached out to her. I was like, "What are like the logistics behind the scenes that you're doing with this?
Yeah.
I love this idea." And so, getting those answers, being able to implement that into my business too. So, there's different things like that as far as people they've had come on for they had a website designer come on. So listen to his, for an hour about website design, the do's and don'ts and whatnot, and then you could have a free like consultation about it. So I,
Wow.
got that consultation. He told me after looking at your website, this is what I see, and it was totally not how I viewed it, right? Like he's viewing it as an outsider. This is what this is telling me. This is what needs to happen. This is what you should do. Talking more through it, I had him redesign our website, you know, make more sense, and it's been great since then. Stuff that I didn't know, how to do, like the whole SEO stuff with Google and SEO with, pulling people in, all that kind of jazz I didn't really don't know a lot about. And so that he came on, we've had a couple weeks ago, there was a CPA on talking about business and everything with like your taxes and what you can write off and all, lots of good information that every business owner needs to know.
Yeah.
There, I learned one thing on there that I was like, wait, what did you say? Yeah, I can do this. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
you so like it's just nice not to go in blinded and have that. I mean, as a business to be able to, and I know other business owners and businesses around my area. I know a lot of them are in like their own groups, for guidance too. It's not uncommon by any means. So,
Do you run into other gym owners with the mentors that you have?
I do, yes. A lot of them are other parts of the country. And so we can, and we all like big borrow steal for, ideas from everybody, and it's
Wow.
great. It's great. And I mean, but what works in their area of the country might not work the greatest for other, like for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
but if you can tweak it, there's some things, other programs that I tweak to hone in on our demographic, So,
How do
yeah.
you have that that's such a healthy mindset of not like oh, we're competition, or I can't talk to you, or that you're, that there's like this, barrier to discuss things with other gym owners.
But yeah, actually, I mean, like, I don't. We have another gym owner. So we're in Trempealeau. The town next to us is Galesville. They have a gym in Galesville as well. And me and that gym owner, we talk all the time.
Really?
Yeah, we're currently collaborating something here in the future. And so we've talked a lot back and forth about, especially a lot. I mean, a lot during COVID. Like, are you
Oh,
doing this? When are you closing down? When are you opening back? All
yeah.
that kind of stuff. If there's something to be aware of, like a certain client, like we'll talk back and forth. Like if they come to your gym, this is going on. So it's great. That is great.
Wow.
It doesn't happen all the time that way,
No.
but I can be thankful that there is around, that around us. But otherwise, I do not look at it as a competition at all. I
Mm.
mean, and I'm not going to choose to look at it that way because I know I'm not for everybody. Like
Mm.
not everybody is going to like my gym. Not everybody is going to
Yeah.
like the way I do classes.
Yeah.
And that's okay because there is tons of options out there, and like what do you like? Because we have people all the time that try it and it doesn't work for them. Okay, so then let me know what works for you because maybe I can refer you to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, my goal is we want people to be active, to move, to stay, or to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can't do that, I hope you find where you need to go to
Mm-hmm.
do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay because I mean, I want people to come to my gym for us and for what we do. Um, so yeah, and just knowing that I'm not going to be, for everybody, and that's
That's really
that's all.
humble of you. Yeah. I feel like just so many people, I don't know if it's like a grind culture, I don't know, but there's like even in like other practices, I don't think it's just specifically like gym owners, like if there's too many hairdressers in one area, or like I've even seen it in the therapy industry where it's like too many private practices are in an area, and it's like
Hmm.
for some odd reason it's like cutthroat, like now like we can't even be friends or talk about what's all going on or business things, and it's like no, like you just said, like not everybody's going to be for me and not everybody's going to be for you, and
Yeah,
there's an ample amount of resources, like that doesn't have to be
absolutely.
like so scarcity kind of mindset. So,
Yep. Yep.
wow, that's awesome. And so then when you do things with all these other business owners, does it ever overlap into like any of the like psychology or like your personal life, your mental health, those kind of like your well-being, those kinds of things?
Well, I think that, I mean, you're going to probably come upon people that other business owners that you're not going to jive with, if you want to say. I mean, we collaborate with other businesses all the time, but your style might not be, and I'm not talking like other fit, I'm just talking other types of, like, let's, right now, we just had a new coffee shop open in town, and um, she's a client of mine. She's been a client for a couple years, know her very well. Um, sh we're already planning collaborations with like Pilates and lattes, those
Oh,
type of things. Yeah,
yeah.
Pilates.
Yeah, I love that.
At the coffee shop. No, um, so things like that we're collaborating, but we know each other very
Mm-hmm.
well,
Mm-hmm.
and so I there is things with collaborating with other business owners if you don't know them that well. I mean, like I feel these other business owners out. If I want to try and collaborate something, I'll put it out there. I'll ask, and if it's not something that's for them, that's okay. We can find a different idea with a different business owner. You have to put it out there and give your ideas, and if they're for it, great. If they're not, that's okay. There's Schwartles roadside stand farm and produce. They have like a beer garden in the summer and fall. They have lots of stuff
Ooh.
publicly, and they have like a corn maze and pumpkin picking. And there we have done workouts like Pilates out in their area. And so, like, that's a collaboration that we do, and we do that a few times throughout the summer and fall. And then we encourage our clients, to go buy their produce and stuff. And so that, there's collaborating there. And I know that business owner very well. She's, been to my gym. Her kids train with me um, in the athletics part with the school. And so, like, I just think that you kind of put it out there if you want to try and collaborate stuff with other businesses. And if it's a go, but you have to be open minded because, like, what you want might not be like what they're visually thinking, you know? So, and that's okay because if it's not something that you can, move on and find a
Yeah.
different thing, but you have to be open minded
Yeah.
and know that uh or change, like, they might want to collaborate with you, but they want to do this or add this, and you have to be open to working
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Yep.
So as far as like the psychology part of it, I think that
You
yeah,
got to be flexible.
you have to be flexible.
Yeah.
You have to be open minded.
Hmm.
You have to try maybe what they're thinking and collaborate. Like, that's the whole thing of collaboration. Like, you
Hmm.
gotta, yeah.
Have you made any surprising like friendships then out of all of that?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For
That's
sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people like miss that especially nowadays I feel like it's hard like if you guys like disagree on things like people forget that like you can still be friends, you know?
Yeah.
And then like the most surprising friendships come out of like just having completely different places in life and where you're at.
Mhm. Mhm.
So awesome. Huh. And so then when you said you talked about like a life coach type thing, right? And so like in your own like personal life, I'm sure it hasn't always been like sunshine and rainbows with like kids and your husband,
No.
and it sounds like you have a
No.
dog, right? And so there's juggling
Yep. We have,
everything.
yeah. Yeah. Um no, I don't even know how long. I mean, it's been for, let's see, at least 6, 7 years that I've talked to life coaches for my own self, for my own personal self.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll check in with them. I'll check in with them probably 2 to 3 times a year, or when I feel like I need to, like if I'm going crazy, like I can't handle it all or something, and I just need to be talked off the ledge, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, but I also feel like I'm also that person for a lot of people too,
Mm.
like that come to me
Mm.
for that, but yet I need it too,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Life can be hard. It can be hard, and then you just need to be put back into reality, you know.
Yeah.
Like if I have a thought like, oh, this needs to happen, and it's making me crazy, but then it's also like, well, what if it doesn't happen?
Mm-hmm.
What if it doesn't happen?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's gonna happen if it doesn't happen. Everything's still gonna be fine.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So,
the anxiety, the fear. I would have to say that that stops so many people from even just accomplishing their dreams, or even just getting started on something. Is just the fear, the anxiety.
the exactly.
Yeah.
The what if it doesn't work out? What if it like I hear, what if it doesn't work out? That's running through your head, but then it's like, well, what if it does?
Yeah.
What if it does? And you won't know if you don't try it.
Yes.
And I like what I've been telling myself for the last, I don't know, year or so is just like, you have to put your faith over your fear. You
Mm-hmm.
have to. Because like you can sit and worry and have all the anxiety in the world,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not doing you any good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to matter. Like there's a plan for you already, and you just need to trust. You need to trust your inner voice.
Mm.
You need to literally listen to your inner voice. I mentally have fought against that many times, and um trying and then actually finally listening to it and stepping back and, all right, I trust this. Just listen. This is telling me no, don't do that, or yes, go for it.
Yeah.
And just listening to that is been huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah.
That's incredible. Do you have any like futuristic like goals and plans, like especially with the gym? Like what are you going to do with it when you retire?
Well, when I retire, I plan to, if I retire, meaning like I'm not going to teach or take clients anymore or that type of thing, I will have people still doing it and working for me.
Nice.
And I mean, we own the building and the business. And actually, inside of our building, we have two small rentals as well. Like one is a hairstylist and one is a nail salon.
Cool.
So they're in small portions of the building. They have their own space, their own entrance, everything. Uh, and with that, like this is like part of my retirement plan.
Yeah.
So even if I'm not involved, even if I'm 75 and I'm the cleaning lady of the building, that's what I retire to. That's still we're still a business to us. And so I don't foresee, unless my kids want to take it over and buy it from us, but I don't see, I mean, that'll be way, way down in the future.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Do you
yeah.
ever, I suppose with having kids, I don't know, do you ever think about like a legacy and like what you're going to be leaving behind, or what you hope to like have a lasting impact?
Um, well, as far as like leaving behind for our kids, our goal is to have like more assets or property to
Oh,
give to them.
yeah.
Just because that's what the future is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Not necessarily, all this money, but like properties
Mhm.
or
Assets is a good word.
investments,
Yeah.
assets,
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff, because that's
Mm.
going to take them further.
Mm.
So yeah, they'll have, the business and that property eventually. Um, so I guess as far as like a legacy goes, just being able to be that person and business in the community that can make a big impact
Yeah.
on others
Yep.
and to give them, because for me it's never been about like money, if you want to say.
Mm.
The reason I keep doing it is because I love seeing the difference that it makes in people,
Yeah.
and how they can grow and how their lives have changed from coming to our gym, or their lives have changed because they've made such a good friendship and they met at our gym. We have actually a group of seniors. We call them the Silver Crew. They're retired. Anybody retired? There's an 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. I mean, they are. There's a group. I mean, they're probably maybe 20 of them. Some. I mean, it's not all classes have that, but it ranges. Monthly, they go. They pick a day, and after class, they'll go uh, to one of the local bar grills and they'll have breakfast and Bloody Marys. And they like, yeah, and they get together outside Christmas time and go to like these sleigh rides and stuff together. They're this big group and it all like started at our gym. And so that, like, I know that melts my heart.
Yeah. Same.
So that, and I mean, another thing that is like huge is um this is our second year now of uh, giving out a scholarship to a senior to use for college. And the past couple years they've had to write an essay on goals and something that they've accomplished in their past and how it changed them and how they can use it in the future. And so last year we gave away one scholarship. This year we're giving away two because I couldn't choose between two. They were two completely opposite goals, but so good and written so well. And that's another thing. So like this kind of stuff is what keeps me doing it. Like I love that. I want to make that impact. So that's, I guess, the legacy, if you want to say, leaving behind,
Yeah.
is making the impact on others. Hmm.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't realize that, like if they, I hear these young people that are like, oh, I want to make $1 million, or, they want to like do all this stuff. And it's like, for what, for why? And it's not until like you get there or you're a part of it and you start to recognize like, oh, no, no, this can be so much greater than me. Right. Like,
Absolutely. And here's the thing is like it's funny how it falls into place when you have the mindset and the heart into it and you're doing it for the right reasons.
mhm.
Other things fall into place that you want.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
So,
Here in Wyoming, we have more cows than people, and I'm pretty sure it was like an auction that we had here that like helps kids get scholarships and be able to go to college and everything. And one of the steers went for, I think it was like $1.5 million. And people were blown away. They were like, I want to have money where I can buy a cow that's literally like just $1.5 million for no reason. And it's like, okay, well, the whole auction's purpose was to raise money for scholarships for these kids to be able to go to college and do
yeah.
something, but it's like a cow, you know? So that's where it's like, yeah, it's just once you're in it and you can see the lasting impact,
Yep.
that's what blows me away. And when you do the right things, I feel like you're right. The doors just kind of like open. Everything kind of really moves. It's like a flow. It just moves forward.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's perfect. Well, I am so happy that we had this conversation, and I'm so glad to hear that you have your own podcast. That's really
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So this podcast I might throw on mine too too, so we can
Perfect.
get double the viewers.
I love it. What is it? What's your podcast called?
It is called Aligned Strength Podcast.
Okay.
Yep. So all things fitness, nutrition, mindset, mainly about like aligning you through mind, body, and spirit. So we talk about lots of different topics
That's
all over the
incredible.
board.
And then you said you have ebooks too.
Yes. They're on the website, on my website, which is fitubu.com, fitubu.com.
Wow.
That website has a link that says ebooks,
Mm-hmm.
and then it takes you to all the different ebooks. There's also like a 5K training ebook. There's a half marathon training ebook in there that I wrote. So
I want to
there's
read that.
yeah, there's some ebook options, but there's a link on the website that takes you right to all of them.
Oh, okay. And
So,
there's a half marathon coming up in like 2 months now that I want to run really bad here but it's like out in the mountains. So I'll have to pick
oh,
that up.
what half marathon is that?
Uh, it's in Vitavu. I don't know if you know that one. No.
No, I've
Okay.
never heard of it.
Okay.
Cause why, were you, Wyoming?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have not, I've been to Wyoming on a hunting trip with my family,
Heck yeah!
but
Would you hunt?
yeah, well, I didn't, but
Oh.
they did. Yeah, they did, mule and muley, and while we were out there, though, I really wanted to be able them to hunt antelope, but they didn't have tags for antelope, but they both came home with a trophy, you know, big mule deer.
Good,
So,
good, good.
yeah, no, it was fun. We were like in I couldn't even tell you the town we were in, but we were in the middle of nowhere. Like there wasn't a human in like a 20 minutes away. But it was so nice. We found this Airbnb middle of nowhere. It was so nice. Our family and another family went and all the kids hunted. So it was good. And that was a couple of years ago. Anyway though, but Wyoming, I have not ran that state yet, and so I mean, I probably won't be able to get out there to do that until my kids are done with their activities. But hey, I'll have to look this one up. If it's in the mountains, that's what I want to do while I'm in Wyoming,
Yeah, there.
is run one in the mountains.
Yeah, we have one. We have one that's here closer to Cheyenne, Wyoming. It's in the Vitavu, and then we have one that's in the Medicine Bow Mountains, where it's like actual real big mountains. And then
Okay.
I don't know if you're into like ultra running and those kinds of things.
No, it's a
No.
bit too much. But
Oh,
a half marathon is about the max that I'm gonna do. That's a good distance. That's a good stopping. Let's just stop at 13 miles. That's good. Yeah.
I want to run an ultra someday, and they have some of those in like more of the northern part of the state by like
Okay.
Dallas Tower and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I think running is interesting. I wouldn't say I'm good at it, and so my
Yeah.
my plan this
Yeah.
year is to really just incorporate a lot more of that in my training. So that was
Hmm.
awesome to hear that you do all that, and then you have an ebook. So now I'm like, now I obviously have to go check out your website.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, great. Is there any other way like I can support you or anybody listening can support you or your gym, your community, any events or anything?
Yeah. I mean, if just hopping on my website, on the website, there is some blogs. There's also the podcast episodes on there. The ebooks are on there. There's different programs if you're not in my area. We do a lot of virtual. We do a lot of virtual training. We do a lot of virtual personal training. Virtual, lots of that. That's an option always. So, website, yes, the website is fitubu.com, and then socials are Fit for You with Mandy Scow, and that's on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
All the
all of it.
things, yeah.
All the things, just one would be great. All
Literally.
the things is fit for you with Mandy Scow. But
Wow.
yeah,
Awesome. Cool.
so yeah.
Well, I appreciate this conversation. This has been great. I hope that we can actually do this again sometime because now I feel like I have so much to pick your brain about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This is awesome.
For sure. We can talk anytime.
And it probably doesn't help that I'm also from Minnesota, so I'm like, oh, another Midwesterner. Like, this
Yeah.
is so great.
Yeah.
So perfect. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time. Thank you again for joining me today. And if anything,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yes. Thank you. You too. It was fun. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. Thanks. Bye.